Hello, welcome to this video. My name is Dave Adams. In today's video, we're going to learn how to create a simple login form using Bootstrap. So let's get right into this video. So basically, this login form that we're going to use is from Dribbble. So Dribbble is a site where you can get inspirations for various items. I'll leave the link in the description. So this is the login page we're going with today. As it loads, I'll quickly go to the Bootstrap 5 site. Bootstrap. That is get Bootstrap 5. Right? So I think it will take you to this page, and then you can go to the docs page where you can get all the information you need. So that is our login page. Obviously, we're not going to use the same image, but I'll try to get something similar. So where you can get images from, it's freepik.com. It's one of the sites where I get my stuff from. So I will just go with illustrations. Let me see what I get. Forgive my internet. Okay, so let's say I decide to go with this one, right? What am I going to do? I'm just going to quickly download it, and then we'll have that image in our project. So I'll download, free download. I'll go with JPEG. Good. Okay, now that we have that, I'm just going to drag that into my, oh man, okay. You know what? For now, I'll just leave it. Go back into my Visual Studio Code. I'll bring back this bar right here, and then I'm going to drop the image into it. So you can just drop it here and we'll have our image here. So obviously I'm going to rename it to become maybe login.jpg. Good. So now that we have all that, we finally need one more thing, which will be our Bootstrap. Basically, we're going to need this link here. This is the link to Bootstrap CSS. But quickly, okay, getting started. I thought the link will be more easily accessible, but anyway, this is what we need. You can also copy this, so I'll just copy it to save time. So I paste that. So what we have here is our CSS from Bootstrap and our JavaScript from Bootstrap as well. So I'm going to save this page. Let's go into the browser to see what we have. This is the page. So hello world. Okay, so we're going to create our login page. Good. So I'm going to leave a few spaces. Obviously, I'm going to create my login page. So I'm going to say main with a class of login or an ID of login. So hash login. So these are shortcuts that are in Visual Studio Code. They are called Emmet abbreviations. Obviously, I want to create a container. Do I want to create a container? Okay. So I'll create a div with a container. So with divs, you do not even have to type the elements, just the class, and it will create a div with a container. Now that brings us to the Bootstrap grid system. So that is very simple if you are able to understand. So first off, we have to create a row. So with the rows, they can be divided into 12 equal parts. That's the maximum number of divisions, but everything should add up to 12. So within the row, we have columns. In this scenario, let's go back to our reference image. In this scenario, we have let's say they are equally divided. So this column is going to be 6, this column is going to be 6 as well, if that makes sense. So I'm going to create 2 columns with a size of 6. So .call -6 times, which is the asterisk 2, and it will create 2 divs like that for me. So now what I'm going to do in the first one is to create my image, and obviously that will be login.jpg, and I'll call it login-image. Good. So going back into my my page. Wow, we have a very big image. So how do we solve that? There's a Bootstrap class. So what do we call that? That is image-fluid. What that will do is tell the image to fit within our div, our specified div. So yes, these are our 2 rows. I mean our 2 columns within the row, right? So this is the first column, this is the second column, basically. Yeah, so that's what we have. Okay, so in our second column, obviously we want to create our form. Now Bootstrap makes it very easy to do that. So if you scroll down on the side navigation, I'll zoom in a bit just so it's more it's legible. So we have our forms, form control, blah blah blah, everything is here, layouts, everything is here. Yeah, so what do we need? Let me just steal this one to start, or you know what, I'll do it from scratch. Okay, so to create our form, but basically with Bootstrap they've provided snippets of the code and what they do, like what the code does, so you can just copy it, but you have to understand what you're doing basically. So I'll just take my form controls. Good. So let me just copy this div for starters. Okay, so I will paste that here. Let's see what happens. Good. So now it takes up the whole space, but I don't want that to happen. So what do I do? What do I do? Probably I should make this form have a width of 50. Let me see how that goes. Good. Now it has a width of 50. I want to apply an MX auto. So basically with Bootstrap, there are classes you use that should do everything for you. Okay, good. So let's keep in mind that there are spaces on the left side and the right side as well. Good. Good. Obviously, there should be padding at the top of the form. So py5, just so there's a little space at the top. Good. Now, with our py5, we have our email address. So let me see what we have here. Yes. So let's say this is Bootstrap 5 form. I'll place an H1 right here and call it Bootstrap 5 form. Good. So that should be here. So our class should be text-center. How do I know all these classes? Because I've constantly used Bootstrap, so I'm familiar with some of them. So margin top 5, that the spacing ends at 5. It starts from 1 through to 5. So there should be some space at the top. So that's exactly what we have here, right? Probably the py5 should be on the column and not the form. So I'm going to do exactly that. And yeah, you should have that right there. So we go on. What else we have? So username or email and our password. Do we have? Yes, we have password right here. So we can quickly copy this. It seems like it's a lot. Right. Okay. So that will be copied as well. And then let me paste it here. Oh, I did a wrong move. I copied the empty space, so I have to do it again. So paste. Let's see how that goes. It's reloading. This is what we have. Obviously, that's not what I want it to be like. So I will undo that. Because I want consistent styling, I'll just copy this, paste it here. However, I'm going to change a few things. I'm going to change the email address to password. Also, the input type is password, which I've selected, and then this can be changed. This, I'm not sure this will be needed. Maybe this should be changed actually. So example from password, however you want to name it, as an ID, password 1. And copy it and paste it here as well. So let's see what we have. And then finally, there's a sign in button. Okay. So we can go back to the Bootstrap page where our components. So under the components, we have buttons right there. And then we have a few examples. So let's say I want to go with, so Bootstrap has defined colors and all. So with this one, we call the color primary. So I'm just highlighting that line. And that is going to go underneath right there. Maybe an empty -5. And maybe 5 is too much. So 4 or 3 should be good. 4 or 3 should be good. Okay, so that's fine. But I want it to span across the whole. So what do I do? I say width 100. Okay. Good. But is that enough? That is not enough. So it says sign in with Google. Wow. Okay. That's not the end. Or okay. So I'll just place a paragraph. Or nope. Okay. Paragraph with a class of text -center, and then a margin top of 4 as well. So, or sign in with Google. Right? These lines are also there, but okay. Sign in with Google. Okay, so I'll quickly Google logo. I'll quickly get that. Let's see. Save image as, or the WebP file. Yeah. Okay. Let me see. Let me go to free pick and see if they have something Google. Man. I wish I could just get the Google icon. But to save time, I'll skip through that. I will place my class. I'll call it dflex. So that will create a div with flex. You know what? Let me not give up on this Google image. Let me also open this one. Save image as PNG. Good. So I'll save that into my downloads. Good. So we have our Google image now. It's good I didn't give up. So I'll just open this, go into my browser, drag, paste it here. So download.png, that is good. Yeah. So deflex, I have my image here. So image should be download.png, and then my alternative text, or my alternate text should be Google logo. So let's see how that looks. Good, it's very big. So I'll just give it a class. Heights. Does Bootstrap have height classes? Let me see. Height. Okay. The page is loading. So it does not have height classes, I guess. So I will just create my logo. So logo. Oh wait, okay. So I'll just come into my CSS file. Logo. Height should be maybe 10px. 10px should be fine. Okay, so wow. Let me see. Logo. Wait. Oh yeah, I didn't link my HTML and CSS file because I replaced it with my Bootstrap CSS. So now that I linked it, it should be fine. Right? Oh, still isn't. Wow. Oh, spelling mistake, logo. Good. Why is it still not working? So these are some of the things with programming. I try as much as possible not to hide them in my videos because that's what we face on the daily. So logo. Still not working. I'll quickly be done doing it real soon. Class logo is right here. So oh no. That's where the issue is. Start.css. Good. So now that took a while. So yeah. So basically sometimes that's what it is. Sometimes there's a spelling mistake which does not like really link to the file. Sometimes it's because there's a spelling mistake with how you reference the class and a whole lot. So yeah. 20 is fine. So Google, sign in with Google. So yes, we have a deflex and then probably a paragraph which says sign in with Google. So class, I think the class name is text tertiary. Let me see if that works. No, it did not. Or it's secondary. Typography. Other colors here. Hope there are colors. No colors. So I'll just do colors. Okay, good. So text tertiary, text body. Oh, okay. So I missed I missed something. So it's text body. Sometimes you tend to forget, so that's why you have the documentations page as a guide. So I'm going to go back, and that is right there. Okay, so obviously I think justify center, because I'm using flex here. Justify center should work. It should justify. No, it did not. Okay. So I'll go back to my Bootstrap page if I forget anything and I need a little guidance. Justify content center. Page loads. Justify content. Yeah. Justify content center. Oh, okay. I'm missing a few words within the classes, so that should work. Good. And then there's this margin under the paragraph that I want to get rid of. So yeah, and then also I'll probably align the items. So it's align items center as well. So what justify content does is it centers the things horizontally. Now I want to do vertical alignments, because as you can see, the text is a bit below the image, and I want them to be horizontally aligned. So I mean vertically aligned. So I'll also say align items center, and that should be fine. Yeah, so now our text is aligned vertically as well. Probably a margin on the left side. So on Bootstrap, on the left side is start and the right side is end. So that will be margin start maybe 2, which should space out the text and the logo a bit. Yeah, so now we have that. Obviously we have to center it. So my row is going to, I'm just going to do it here, right here. So I'll say dot row, right? The row should be, it should have a position of absolute, but that means, okay, I think Bootstrap should have a class for that. So position, let me see. Good. So this is what I need, position absolute. So it has a class for that. So I'm going to paste it in my row, right? And then I'm guessing this should be position. Okay, I'll just clean this, make it relative. So when you're applying absolutes, ancestor, its direct ancestor should have a position of relative. So what do I want to do? I'm trying to center it right here. So for my row, I'm going to have a top of 50%. Wow. So I will inspect to see what is going on. Why this is not centered. So I'll click on the row top 50. Right. Okay. Let me see what it is. Oh, okay. Okay. I get what's going on. So let me go here. View ports. Let me see. Viewport height. Okay, good. Viewport height 100. Good. So I'll place that on my relative position. right? So that should good. Now the reason why I use 100% viewport really is because the height was only adjusting according to the content. So that means the height was ending somewhere here. So I had to make it 100% of the viewport, which is the device I'm using. So now that we have top to be 50%, I want to translate y minus 50%. No. Okay. Minus 50%. Good. So what this does basically, we're saying the top of this, right? The top of this row basically should have, like, there should be a space of 50% of the viewport height on top of the row, right? So that pushes it down. So now what we did was we subtracted the height of this from that 50%, you see. So minus 50%, we subtracted 50% of the height so that it will be centered exactly. I'll probably explain more in a later video. So now we have our login form, sorta, but we should make this responsive. So what would I do? You know what? It's as simple as so call 6. Basically, we'll change this to call LG 6, and then this will be call -0. So on small screens, on mobile devices, we do not want this div to show at all, and this should be call LG -6. So what we mean is, so let's try, let's see. This is still showing. Wow. Call 0. Wow. Okay. Call 0. Call. Okay. Grid. So that's what I'm looking for. Grid. Grid options. Oh, okay. So what do I need? Display hidden elements. Okay. So d-none. Okay. So I want to hide this column. So d-none small devices, and d large block, I guess. Yeah. So let's check again. Okay. So we have that right here. But what is going on here? With 50. I don't think with 50 has, can add a large to with 50. So you know what? I'm just going to call the form here. Form width should be I'll create a media query. So add media with a min width. So I'm basically defining for large devices 1024 px. That's in my brackets. And then I'll say form. Form should have a width of 50%. So good. So now I should cover everything. So that's our row now. Obviously I want to give it a bit of padding. on the left and right sides. So px maybe 4, and then that px, I want to take it off when it gets to the large screen. Okay, so yes, we should have this. So as we expand, so let me see, this is how it becomes on large screens. On tablets to mobile, it will just take up the space. So this is what we have for today's video. That's how you make a responsive login form with Bootstrap 5. I hope you enjoyed this video. If so, that's our inspiration, but it's obviously not the same. Yeah, but you can work on it to make it more beautiful. But basically, I wanted to show you the concept of the grid in Bootstrap and all that. So I'm glad that you joined. Help support me by sharing and liking this video. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next one.